What's happening, guys? Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. Obviously, this was the most insane heads-up match ever. It was $12 million heads-up match, but in the end, Jungleman did win $15 million, which is completely absurd. I just got some of the best hands from the beginning of it. There's going to be 3 or 4 parts to this because it was 12 hours long, and I can't make a 12-hour video. So if you like the video, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment if you want to. Let's go. So the first interesting hand, I think, is this one here. Jungleman opens with 8, Monarch calls, it comes ace, queen, deuce, two-tone, goes check, check. Turn comes a jack, and it goes check, check again. King on the river, completing the front door flush draw. One card will make a straight, and there's also an ace, a king, a queen, and a jack on the board. So it's very unlikely that pocket 8s are actually going to be any good here. But we see a bet from Monarch. It's not just a bet, it's an over bet. And Jungle somehow just finds the early call. He just flicks it in and just says, you know what, I think pocket 8s are good. And as you'll see, he has a little think and throws in the chips. Yeah, cool. Pretty crazy to see a call here from 8s. I mean, to be fair, Ossi hasn't really bet on any street, so understandable why he does call. Okay, so ace jack against king jack, open from Monarch, and a 3-bet from Jungle. You can definitely 4-bet here as Monarch, but they're only playing like 100 BB effective, so I think to call is going to be okay as well. We're playing the hand in position also, which is a very key factor. It comes jack 3 deuce rainbow, and like this is a pretty interesting flop. Obviously Monarch does make top top, and Jungle has top second, which is, you know, king jack instead of ace jack. This is very interesting because Jungle has the backdoor flush draw, Monarch doesn't. Monarch on the flop can definitely raise, but also calling will be fine too. And I think calling is probably the best approach. Give your opponent a chance to catch something on the turn, maybe like, you know, a 10, like if he has a hand like 10-9, whatever. Even if he has some kind of draw hand like king-queen, you want to kind of deny some equity against that. And Jungleman decides to check on the turn. Now, his intention here is definitely to check call. I would say that he doesn't have any other intention. And we see a sneaky check back here from Monarch. Now, it's pretty fascinating to see a check back here and the jack on the river as well. And you see there's 340 in the pot, and Jungleman is having a little look, thinking about how much is in the pot. Asks Monarch how much he's playing. Now, it wouldn't be unreasonable for Jungleman to jam here. He doesn't feel like he's behind, but he wants to go for value. So I think he bets 500k. So pot was 340, he bets 500k. This is obviously an overbet. Monarch, I think he can quite comfortably go all in. I think calling is just a mistake. You can definitely go all in with this hand. You're going to get value from worse jack X. There's still going to be some ace 8s that want to overbet there as well. There's going to be a lot of like value hands. All right, so we see Monarch open with the queen deuce suited, and Jungleman 3-bets, and it's a call. Comes ace 10-8 with 2 clubs. Jungleman goes for the small c-bet around third pot. And at this point, as Monarch, when Jungleman has 300k behind, I would just raise. He does raise to 80,000, which is pretty decent size raise. Might have gone a little bit bigger. We kind of want to induce a jam here from Jungle, and we're just going to put the money in. Like, we have a queen high flush draw. Jungle always has like an ace here. It's very unlikely he has like a bigger flush draw. Can only have ace high flush draw or king high flush draw. So I feel like our queen deuce suit is just going to have enough equity. As we see, it has 38% equity here against Jungle, which is fine to get the money in. We just run it and just see if we can win the first one. We don't. So that's fine. You'll probably notice that Jungle spends like 99% of his time on the phone as well. Apart from being like highly disrespectful towards Ossi, he fucking just absolutely crushed Ossi. And it's really crazy how he was on his phone the whole time. Apparently he was looking at hands and stuff. We see Jungleman open to 60k here and a 3-bet from Monarch to 225 and a call. Queen Jack's definitely going to be calling here in this particular setup. And Monarch's going to have some hands that aren't as good as Queen Jack. He's going to have some like Queen 5 suited and stuff like that that he might want to 3-bet. When you get this flop as Monarch, you definitely just, I think you want to bet really small, like 100k. Yeah, he bets 100k. And as jungle, you're like 100 BB deep. SPR now is 2. I think calling's going to be the best line. I don't think you really want to raise Queen Jack on this board. Like, Monarch can still have a hand like Ace Queen, which he could definitely have. Jungle does go for the raise on the flop. Makes it 400k with 665k behind. Not sure about this. I mean, if you're going to raise fold, then maybe it's okay. But if you're going to like raise call off, I'm just not so sure about it. And Monarch does jam. I mean, Jungleman can't feel happy with his hand right now. I mean, he does call, obviously, but can't feel very happy with his hand. Just Queen Jack on this board. So Queen 6-9 comes 5 on the turn and 10 on the river. And Ossi is going to win the $3 million battle. But Jungleman Phone Dan was in for a much longer battle. So you see, Monarch goes for the 3-bet with the Queen 10 off here versus the King Jack off of Jungleman. Obviously not really much for Jungleman to do here except just call. Anything else would be a bit wild. I mean, you could 4-bet, but I don't think it's necessary. King Jack off on the button plays pretty well heads up. See a 8-3 deuce flop with 2 hearts, and Jungleman does have the King of Hearts. So on this board, when Monarch c-bets, Jungleman should probably call. He has 2 overcards and a backdoor flush draw. This is very reasonable. Monarch goes for the check, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure that you should check this board. I think that betting this board would be better as the aggressor in the hand. And we see Jungleman Dan having a little think. And he does go for a bet instead. He bets 80,000. And Monarch definitely going to have to call here. Does call. Comes Queen on the turn. So now as Monarch, I would check. There would be no reason to bet. Queen's going to be like one of the nutty hands at the moment. And you see Jungleman bet 160k now. Obviously not really much else here for Monarch to do apart from call. And at 8 on the river, it's essentially a card that's actually not good for Ossi. But Jungleman can definitely have some 8x himself. And Ossi should really check this river. And he does. And then Jungleman with King High going to be winning some of the time. Probably have to check back. And he does. And he sees the bad news. Gets his phone out to tweet about it. So we see an open here from Ossi. And Jungleman calls. Get the 5-6-3 flop with 2 spades. Jungleman having 7-8. Pretty good flop for him. Can definitely just check raise sometimes, check call. Does go check check. So on this turn, as Jungleman, you probably want to start betting. Does bet 30,000. Only has 250,000 behind. Monarch takes one little peek of his cards. And then he rips it in. Yeah, he just goes all in with King 7. Not really too much to say about that. But guys, this is definitely just part 1. There's going to be loads more hands. Nothing is timestamped, so I have to go through and do it manually, so it's going to take some time. Nice short video just to get you excited for how sick this heads up actually was. I watched some of it. I fell asleep. I was talking to Joey Ingram at the time, and I was like, yeah, we should definitely review this, and hasn't replied to me yet. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one anyway.